baby, we got a phone calls one for you this week.
That's right. It's just the two of us having a cute old time in the stewed this week.
Yeah, and we're talking all about abortion.
We're talking about making friends.
We're talking about
mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. Pizza. A spot on this guy's
falling down at the roller rink and doing some 5, 6, 7, 8s to embarrass ourselves.
We also take a quick jaunt to a serious conversation that we've already had before.
So enjoy that, episode 7842.
What are we doing here?
The doctor
can die.
You're really hitting those notes.
I'm good at sinking.
I'm working late.
That was a good show.
She ate that.
M.
Oh.
M. Mom!
When your first choice is a big old bus,
you turn around and boom, you end up with a sloppy seconds. Oh, diva. The wizard.
The doctor.
Our number is 213-536-9180. Our email is sloppysecondspod@gmail.com. Now on with the show. How you stop you stupid little that's so you dirty little you stupid little Welcome to Sloppy Seconds with Big Dipper and Meatball. And that's Big Dipper. And I am in the current process of raising my ya.
I have a question. When this comes out, it will be like a few weeks past, but how do you feel about Trisha Paytas's Broadway debut?
I purchased it, but was not able to watch it, so I'm going to watch it when I get home.
Oh, so you haven't seen it yet?
No, but I saw like a bunch of clips and stuff, and I'm so happy for her. And they lit up the Empire State Building in pink for her.
That is crazy. The show looked really fun. Sutton Foster
was in it. I mean, how much do you think she was paying those people?
I don't know.
Because she is like rich.
She's rich, and I guess like the show, you could bankroll the show and not make money off the show. Did you buy a ticket?
To watch it, the live stream, yeah.
Right, so between live stream
and the
tickets
were $250.
Right, so like Broadway.
And they weren't even the best seats.
So Broadway level ticket sales sold out. Additional streams done. All of her ensemble and the orchestra and all that, like all those people got paid. Is probably a little bit cheaper than putting on a regular show because there's less rehearsal time. But she could have broken even. I mean, you kind of have to do a lot of performances for a show to like make money on the investment.
But that's why it was like Trisha's Broadway dream. Like,
well, of course.
It was just a dream, and it happened, and it was free, basically.
And maybe she spent money doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm assuming because every time I looked at her Instagram, she was like, yeah, I'm staying at the Plaza Hotel. And it's like, girl.
Does she still like run her OnlyFans? She was making onlytrish.com.
Onlytrish.com.
She was making so much money doing that. Yeah, anyway.
She was doing squirting videos where she would just piss. What's crazy? It was just piss. Squirt's just pee. That ain't pee. That's squirt. She would just pee. I paid, and it was pee. You can see where it was coming from.
You're like, it's the color of Red Bull
shooting
pee. Out of her. I just think it's really cool that she made that happen.
It was the mother.
Her
kids are going to see those videos. It was the mother.
Everyone seemed to have a good time and really enjoy it. It is also so funny because the reason I brought it up is you're in such a singy mood. I feel like you're being extra Broadway. You really got your acting.
I went to a little cabaret show on Sunday.
You also went to a dance call for an audition.
I did do a dance call for an audition that y'all, if you were there in that dance call, because a couple of you walked up and were like, hey, I love your pod. Don't talk about how hard I flopped.
Did you fall?
I didn't fall. I just flopped. Like, I'm better if I can see, like, if you send...
I do it so much better
than you. If you send me a video of the dance, the routine, so I can kind of, like, get an idea of what's going on, and then we do it. But this was literally like, and these are the steps. And then the guy did it, like, 3 times, and then we did it as a group, and then they were like, okay, everyone take like a 15-minute break. And I was frantically finding people in the hallway being like, okay, so what comes after this?
Yo, that scene in Showgirls when they walk her in and she meets Gay, who like teaches her the
Gay.
That's her name.
Sure.
Who teaches her the choreography, and then John Early and like remade the scene.
Oh, yeah.
That scene is like not a joke.
No,
like
it's-
professional dance calls.
I wasn't even thinking that we were going to get a 15-minute break because I thought and then they were like, and then we're going to do groups. And then I was like, oh, like at least like 15 of us will go up at a time. Groups of three. And they were like, Jennings in the middle, and that means middle triangle. So that meant
point.
I was looking in the mirror at the people behind me trying to keep up, and I just couldn't.
Yeah, and I think what's so interesting about that is like Alaska always talks about like the Broadway dancers are triple threat athletes. They have so many skills. They have so much stamina, and one of those huge skills is like learning really quickly, especially because so many of them start off as swings where they have to like cover 10 roll or what do you think a max roll
A swing probably covers like 5. Yeah.
maybe, and it's like you never know. How about a mid-show put-in
That's crazy.
where you're
And where
sitting
it's like,
backstage, someone rolls their ankle and they're like, well,
you're in now.
put on the same wig and costume but in your size and go and like replace Marsha in the kick line.
Martha Graham.
So
But yeah, it was bad.
the other thing that is funny, because this has happened to me numerous times too, we as what we do, which
What is that?
are different
And
things.
what we do.
What is that from?
I don't know.
But we put ourselves in positions where it's like we try new things and we are vulnerable, but we kind of baby step to always feel confident. Like you throw your own party. You don't go around and say, "Can I do a number at any party in town?" and put myself. It's not like your career is full of open mics. You walk into your podcast. Thank you for being on my show. You throw your party.
With your wobbly knees.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then to be in an audition where like you're one of, 40 people in a room and you didn't get to learn it the way you wanted to learn it. Like that's scary.
Well, also because the role that I'm up for isn't really a dancing. It's just like everyone who was auditioning for any of the roles had to go to.
Well, because you have to be a mover.
And to me, that's what I said. I was literally, when I was talking to the guy about it, I was like, and I don't have to do this dance call thing, right? Like I'm just auditioning.
I was like, well.
He was like, everyone has to do the dance call, and I was like, oh, right.
You were like, I thought I was just gonna have to come over here and raise my yeah. But anyways, shout out to Trisha. The reason I brought up the stamina thing is like it is funny because it's so clear that she went and like had to do tons of rehearsal and then blew out her voice.
Oh yeah, she can't. Well, she kind of sounds like that all the time.
Well, no, because she's in her video. She's like, my voice is gonna be what my voice is today. Like, because she lost it.
Well, because she's not trained in
to
singing,
sing
so she
all
doesn't
day
know,
long.
Yeah, how to do it.
How long do you think your voice would last if you were singing medleys?
Not long.
I think like a day of rehearsal, and then the next day I'd wake up froggy.
Actually, sometimes the more I sing, the better it is.
Well, that's literally what a voice teacher would tell you. The more you sing and properly, the stronger your voice.
Yeah, but when I'm in my car, I'm not hitting those notes properly. I'm screaming. But I did do well in my vocal call.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's like a character.
Oh, so you put a little
character.
Put a little stank on it. You did the old Michelle Yeoh. You just spoke your way through.
Oh, Michelle.
Michelle, diva doll.
As you can see, this week we do not have a guest.
Oh yeah, we're just shooting the shit chat.
Yeah, we just happen to both be in the studio.
Why are you looking over there?
Because she's not here.
Who is her?
That person who keeps canceling on us.
She, he, they, we, she.
Lady Camden.
She's busy promoting her documentary.
That came out 1.5 years ago.
No, it went to festivals 1.5 years ago. Now it's coming out.
Well, keep an eye out on that because you can hear my voice in it.
Ladylike. Pulled from the pod.
Pulled from a pod, not our pod.
Oh, it wasn't?
It was from Drag Her.
Oh, when I said the rude things.
Raise your ya.
Do you want to hear some?
The Wizard. Whoa.
Not you surprising yourself. Oh, I wanted to. Did I tell
Tom.
you? Did I?
Tom.
Did I tell you the roller skating story?
Vaguely.
that I fell in front of all these people?
Well, okay. My understanding is that you showed up. Did he hear me?
No.
My understanding is that you showed up an hour and 45 minutes late, so you're not in the group photo that I saw. And
Correct.
then you did indeed fall.
In front of everyone.
W-
But I brought
what's
my own skates.
good? We used to be in skate gang.
Right. And so, like, I showed up to the roller rink
You think confident,
late.
hour 45 minutes late is insane. How long do you think people are going to roller skate before they're like, my back? They're old fatties too. Oh, my back hurts.
I assumed people would be there between 8 and 11 p.m. for a 3-hour period of time.
I'm naked under
I don't
this.
know what is going on.
I'm
with
naked
me.
under this, and I'm cranked on coffee, and I am cold.
So I assumed people would be there from 8 to 11 p.m.
Raising
and,
their yeah.
Yeah, and I got there in the 9:30, 9:45 range. Then I stayed for like an hour, and we left around 10:30, 10:45.
Why wouldn't you go
I got caught up at home working.
sucking dick and cock?
No. Move your hands out of the way so it doesn't block your light. No, you see the difference? We're trying to light that neck. So I showed up, I carried my own skates, and then I confidently was putting them on. Ma'am, hello. I was confidently putting them on, chit-chatting, and then I did a thing that is absolutely insane.
You said, take a look at this. Did it spin?
No. When you're putting on your skates, what are you doing in your body position when you're putting
Seated.
on roller skates? Right.
Seated,
I
1 foot out.
stood up, and then I put the skate on the bench, and I put I lifted my leg up, and I put it in as if you were putting like boots
like-
on.
It's like inertia doesn't exist to you.
And then my other foot is like sitting there in the skate, and I come off the bench and I go yip 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 yip, and then I fall onto the ground. We're in the refreshment area. I wasn't out skating.
You weren't even on the carpet.
I was putting the skates on, and I fell in
You were
between.
holding a hot dog too.
No, but I fell in between two tables. So the only thing that caused me to not like really fall hard is that I sort of caught my body with my elbows on the two tables, which are anchored into the ground, and I was able to kind of lower myself down. But you fall fast and hard when you're big like me.
The whole room shook.
And the whole room shook.
How many people in that area do you believe saw?
30 or more?
I would go home.
But then what I had to do in my mind was go out and skate confidently. But the
You had to
moment
prove to the people.
that I could actually do it, and that was a fluke, the moment I got out there, after experiencing a fall like that, your body sort of goes like, wait, hold on, what are you up to?
Hold on. Don't give it to me dry.
My knees were like really shaky because I like hadn't recovered. I know, the whole thing was so embarrassing. So then I got to go home after that, which was awesome.
Alone.
Baby girl.
I'm trying to think if anything embarrassing has happened. Oh, the dance call was pretty embarrassing, but
Well, let's take a break on that.
on that one. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
We often hear about the red flags we should avoid when we're talking about relationships or like patterns of behavior. But what if we focus more on looking for green flags in the friends and partners that we keep?
If you're not sure what they look like, therapy can help you identify green flags, actively practice them in your relationships, and embody the green flag energy yourself.
Whether you're dating, married, building a friendship, a work relationship, or just working on yourself, it's time to form relationships that love you back. Baby, that is a challenging thing and quite the hard lesson to learn. I know you and I talk about this a lot on the pod where like I'll try to form relationships with people that I meet from the internet or like reach out to someone to try to work with them on something. And you're like, you need to make sure that it's reciprocal and they're loving you back.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I've been in therapy for a while now, and it's really made it easier for me to like, if I see a red flag in someone, I can just go, you know what? I'm noticing it now. It's going to just get worse later. So like you clock it and you move past it.
What's a green flag for you?
Someone that, like you said, like focuses. So if I notice a green flag would be like someone actually spending time and like getting to know me as a person, as opposed to like constantly just asking me about like what I do for work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. My green flag is communication, texting back. I have very few people in my life who return my level of communication.
Well,
that's not a dig. I'm just saying for me, it like makes I have people in my life.
Hey, listen, you need a lot, and some people match you at that.
Yeah, and that makes my little heart sing. So BetterHelp, sorry, we just had a little therapy session there, but you can do that yourself with your online therapist at BetterHelp. So BetterHelp is fully online. They can make therapy affordable and convenient, and now they are serving over 5 million people worldwide.
With BetterHelp, you can access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties.
That's right, and you can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost.
Discover your relationship green flags with BetterHelp.
Visit BetterHelp.com/sloppy today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp.com/sloppy. BetterHelp. Who doesn't love the good things in life?
You know, I enjoy a little luxury from time to time, but it doesn't mean that I can always afford it. So I'm very excited to talk about Quince, because Quince is the go-to for luxury essentials at an affordable price.
Yes, Quince offers a range of high-quality items at prices within reach, like 100% Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. They have washable silk tops, dresses, organic cotton sweaters, and 14-karat gold jewelry, baby.
And the best part is that all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands, because they partner directly with top facilities. That cuts out the cost of the middleman, and it passes the savings right on to us.
And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. I love that. I love that.
I mean, it is the kind of thing when you're like used to wearing t-shirts that come in a multi-pack, you know, that you like tear open the plastic and there's a piece of cardboard and scotch taped to the back of the
Yeah, but we can't do that no more. We gotta get the luxury.
When you get the luxury item, you're like, oh, that's the difference. Like, here's a nice quality t-shirt. And you know me, like, I don't have a lot of fancy stuff, but even just getting
not at all.
T-shirts and shorts from them, I feel fancier in them, which is good for a person like me who likes to keep it casual.
And the fit is just so much nicer. So anytime I wear my linen shirt jacket from there, I just get tons of compliments. I wore it out the other night and I was like, I feel better in this. Yeah. I'm better than everybody.
And, you know, it is not lovely time of year. It is cold and winter weather. Right. But I do have this like cashmere hoodie that I got from Quince that is a go-to at nighttime when it gets a little chilly.
So give yourself the luxury you deserve with Quince. Go to quince.com/sloppy for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns, baby. That's QUINCE.com/sloppy to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/sloppy. And we're back. Don't touch my feet.
Do you want to hear some voicemails?
I would love to hear some voicemails because I'm Piggy of the Week.
Hey, I just wanted to check in on Meatball after Chapel Roan's Grammy performance.
Nice.
Thought of you, Diva, and whether or not you were bricked up during that entire clown performance.
Clowns.
Goodbye.
It's almost as though...
Playing music?
Playing music? That's funny. Playing music? It's almost as though I am the oracle for what will be in and out. I called clowns, and now Drag Race has clowns on it.
Suzanne
Susie Toots is a clown. Chapel Roan had a bunch of clowns. Dressed like a clown. I mean, that's two things. But thank you to the person who sent me all those clown noses, because I've been now...
Did you really find out?
Yeah, he messaged me and was like, it was me, and I got your address this way. And I was like, okay, that's completely normal. It's me, Patrick. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for sending me those clown notes, because now I get to walk around and I go, and I always am packing. I got that thing on me. And
Oh,
then I'll
because you'll be like
pull a clown nose out.
chit-chatting at the bar.
Yeah, so I went to
someone's
this
giving you
cabaret,
eyes.
and afterwards, like, we were at High Tops in Los Feliz, and I saw the guy who does trivia, and I almost went over and wrang his neck. But we were watching the Grammys.
Said you're too regular, and
You're too smart, mullet.
Your trivia should be mostly just about Whitney Houston and gay people.
And Chapel Roan started doing the clown thing, and I got to pull that clown nose out and be like, this? But also, I've been wearing it on my finger and, like, walking around like this. And then I accidentally wore it through my neighborhood because I just, like, kind of put it on my nose and was walking down the street. And I was like, oh, this is weird. This is a weird thing I'm doing. That's embarrassing.
To be walking your cat with a clown nose
I wasn't
on?
walking my cat with it on. I was just walking in my neighborhood.
You usually walk in your neighborhood with your cat on the harness. That's a weird thing. It's embarrassing.
And I've done that in full drag before. Before I've left the house to kind of wear him out. So he doesn't. Berna is driving me crazy.
Bernadette.
She knocked 2 paintings off the wall yesterday.
Did they crack and shatter?
One of them shattered. And I was like in bed and I heard it. And I was like, what the I can't have people over. She's a nightmare.
You did it to yourself. Hey, so when you heard it shatter, broken glass, you get up out of bed and clean it, or you sleep
Get
through
up
the
out of
night?
bed, or else they'll roll in it or some shit. And then you're sitting there like terrified that there's just like little shards of glass everywhere. So I'm vacuuming at like 11:30 and cleaning out their water dish because you don't know if it got in there. Like, it's just a lot. And she's really good at getting up real high.
But you love those little cat cuddles. That's why you do it.
Not from her.
Ooh.
She's a villain. Bernadette, if you listen in.
Bernadette, if you put the
Well,
Spotify on at home.
Well, no, sometimes I play our podcast when I'm gone so they can hear my voice.
Smart.
Yeah.
Hey, Fox. So, not to bring it down a little bit, but I did just wake up from a dream of you, Big Dip, and you, Meatball, driving in a car. And I feel like maybe I'm having like a star moment of like, you know, feeling connected to the universe or whatever, but y'all did get into a car accident, and I just wanted to let y'all know that maybe today, you know, stay away from cars or just be smart about it or whatever. But it does bring up a good question of like, have y'all ever had a dream and it came true IRL? Yeah, let me know. Okay. Goodbye. I want another baby.
I want to have another baby.
Oh, so now you're correcting people's quotes?
Listening to music?
Playing me. I hate that voicemail. That makes me nervous to drive home.
You know we have to drive home after this.
They called in like a week ago, so.
Oh, well, then we're fine. But no,
pay
maybe hearing it sets it up.
It's like the film's Final Destinations 1
Which
through
is coming back.
7 or whatever.
There's a new one coming out.
Those movies are crazy because they're like, actually, that tube of toothpaste killed you.
Oh, yeah. They showed one of the murders in the new one, and I was like, the series, what is that? The Rube Goldberg trap setup of like everything. Who's in a writer's room being like, okay. And then the chain gets caught on the fan, and it knocks over the monkey, which knocks over the alcohol, which knocks over the lamp, and then the lamp hits the alcohol, and it all sets on fire. But before that happens, it gets hooked on his nose ring and starts lifting him into the air. It's like, what?
People love it. The movie's coming back.
I like the one where it was like they got to look at the picture and they were like, stay away from like banners. And then it was like actually the spikes of like wood. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean.
I don't. But didn't the whole thing get set off in the first one because they were supposed to be on a plane that immediately crashed, but they all...
It was either that or they were supposed to like get on the highway and a bunch of logs were supposed to crush them. And this girl like has a vision and she gets out and she goes, no one get on the road!
Yeah.
Raise your yeah.
You ever have a dream that comes true?
No, never.
Yeah, me neither. I can't remember my dreams anymore.
I can't either, but I think it's because I like have white noise on. Someone said if you like sleep in total darkness with no noise,
then you can vividly
like remember
remember your dreams. Interesting.
Or sometimes it's like medications that you're on prevent you from dreaming.
That's true.
Hey, slut. Okay, I listen to your podcast in the car when I'm delivering pizzas for...
Why do gay people sound like that?
Hey, slut. Okay, I listen to your podcast in the car when I'm delivering pizzas for work, and I didn't know that I had a line, right? Because, you know, we talk about all of that, and I'm all down for it. But I'm listening to, like, an old episode from several months ago, and at the end, Meatball starts playing porn on their phone.
Yeah.
And, like, girl, I don't want to be smelling pizza and listening to porn. Shut the porn off on your podcast. Love you, Meatball.
Just delivering
Love
pizza.
you more, Big Dipper. No, I'm kidding. Love you both equally. Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Nice tone and vibrato, my friend.
What episode was I playing porn at the end?
There was one episode in which we talked about the Wizard of Oz porno.
But I didn't play that.
You have looked up porn before on your phone and like held it to the microphone.
That's insane. I would never do that.
I think you most certainly have.
I think you're accusing me of something that didn't happen, sir.
Sir, send in the
episode and
title, time code. You know, I will say that I look at porn more casually than intentionally in my life because of
Twitter.
Yes.
X. Same.
And Blue Sky and whatever, because
I need to get a privacy screen because literally yesterday I was at the bar just scrolling through Twitter and someone walked up and I was like, "What are you looking at?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't
it's
know.
just
I was
there.
just scrolling."
I'm just
Like,
scrolling. It's like a mix
it
of
just
like
kind of happened.
yeah, it's a mix of drag content and porn and news and music stuff, and you're just like, okay,
Yeah, that's literally all. Well, I guess that's kind of everything.
yeah.
to me.
Well, it's not everything.
Drag, music, porn.
Other people are like science, tech news, nature videos, hiking videos, sports. Like that's what's on their
no,
feed.
not for me. No, mine's.
Have you
I have
encountered
news,
I have
more news, but like mostly Elon.
mostly
Seen a lot
porn.
of Elon Musk things, and I don't even follow him.
Yes, but he owns. Excuse me, he owns.
Whoa, are you okay?
I just had a little
Hey,
internal
don't be
burp.
so hard on yourself, little guy.
He owns the platform.
I know, but it's just like great. It's crazy. I don't
Why
wanna
don't we
get
talk about this?
I don't want to
'Cause-
get political.
Well, can we talk about this? Can we talk about this?
Who's having that conversation?
Because if you want to be blunt, we can get into this. People are upset that we're still using these social apps. Can we talk about that?
We already did. We've already done this.
When?
We had a whole conversation about it.
Off the pod.
No, on the pod, where I was literally like, well, what am I supposed to use? Emails? And then you were like, well, there was a whole series of things that people used to do to promote their shows before the internet. And so we're going to have to get back into that situation. And
Okay,
that
well, now I
infrastructure
wanna-
is not built.
I
So
wanna
we've
update
had that.
Okay. You don't want to update, feel how you
Go
feel
ahead
now?
and update it.
I just feel like everyone is like, ew, I can't believe you're still on Twitter. And I'm like, well, no one is on Blue Sky. I have Blue Skies, but no one's using it. If everyone were to like actually move over there.
Yeah, I don't feel
But does
great
that
about
make us
supporting the
shitty?
thing. Well, no, it's the same as like everyone's like, oh, Target's terrible because they got rid of the DEI and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, but you still shop at a Target, aren't you?
Well, maybe people
You're
are
still
going
going
to
to
stop now.
You're still going to Starbucks, aren't you?
A lot of people are still going to Starbucks. But a lot
And
of
they're
people,
being like, well, I'm just using my points. And it's like, well, you're still going. though.
well, also a lot of people are still using Gmail, aren't you?
And YouTube, aren't you?
And Wix.com, aren't you? I mean, the list that came out, there were all of these like huge monopoly
That's like,
tech.
to me, that's like the issue is that they're getting rid of mom and pop. So everything will be like a huge conglomerate. And we will then we will be at their whim of
Right.
whatever they want to price stuff at. And then they can gouge us. And then all the poor people will have to take terrible jobs instead of being able to afford to go to college.
Right.
So they're turning us all into slaves
Release
to the man.
Release Elisa.
So until there's something that actually works and is better, I'm going to have to use that because that's what everyone is still using.
Right. And it's like your livelihood. Okay, we did talk about this on the pod. I'm remembering now.
Boom, boom.
Your livelihood revolves around people coming to your party. And how do you reach the most people? You go where the people are.
And listening to this podcast.
Also, like, I've been off Facebook for years, and all these
I
people,
don't use Facebook.
Everyone's like, well, yeah, it's a Facebook invite. Are you using Facebook?
No.
What?
Yeah, that was weird to me, too. Someone mentioned, like, oh, and don't forget to post it on your Facebook, or, like, make one for our Facebook. It needs to be a banner size like this. And I was like, are you
So
joking me?
many people are still on Facebook.
I think Precinct is still on Facebook. I think they, like, still advertise parties.
If you're a
Facebook.
business and you're not on Facebook,
What are you even doing?
what are you even
Kim.
doing?
If you even had a business, you'd know how to run a business.
Your favorite quote.
Yeah. All right. Next call.
Hey, dolls. I am calling in because I have a similar story in regard to the dentist. So I have a situation
The dentist.
where every time I work until I too have a Jennifer Dipper. I too have a situation where every single time the girl calls me, I schedule the appointment and I say, hey,
Why do we say
can I have your latest appointment in the day?
the girl?
Please, the latest. Because I work until 3:30 and I have to drive 30 minutes to the dentist. So they'll say, yeah, you can have 4, you can have 4:15, whatever. I take one or the other. Let's say I take the 4. Every time without fail, the day of the appointment comes. Hey, can you come in at 3:30? And every time, no, I can't. That's why I booked it later.
Right.
Goodbye.
I want to hear from Jennifer. You know what I mean? I want to hear from a person who has that job because I'm sure they get pressure from the rest of
dentist.
the staff to be like, hey, if you can shore up my schedule and I can be done by 6:00 tonight, let's do it so I don't have to stay until 7 or whatever it is. A lot of dental offices like start seeing patients at 6 a.m. So they're often done by 4 or 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel the same way about when I get my hair cut and I can see his schedule because
Right.
you just kind of schedule yourself in. And I'm like, well, 2:30 would work great for me, but I see that he has like a huge break from like 1 until 3, and I don't want to be the one person that goes in at 2:30 and ruins his day.
Right.
Like they should just take that menu item off the option.
Yes. Menu item.
Well, you know, to click. But yeah, it's like kind of the same thing. And I'm sure that they are pressuring Jen to call you and be like, can you move it up? Because I don't want to sit here and do nothing for
Right.
like 45 minutes.
I
while
just
we
don't
wait.
understand why they don't put notes in it. Because if it's like the same question every time, you're like, just write a little note. It's like when you call customer service and they're like, I'm going to put this note on your file. And then you like call back and you're like, hey, I'm calling about the couch delivery. And they're like, who are you? What couch
And I'm like,
delivery?
But the guy said he put a note.
But I talked to Raphael for an hour yesterday.
Do you think? I think they lie like a
Oh, I'm
rug.
sure they do.
Which
And
is
so
why
many of them
sometimes
are
I get
working
so
at home.
cunty.
Like they don't work at the office together.
I'm always like, just send me to your manager. Like, just get me up there.
Oh, you
wanna-
you escalate quickly.
I want to speak to the manager about this one.
All right, let's take a break. Ready to optimize your nutrition this year? Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating, well, easy. They're dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes so you can fuel right and feel great, no matter what life throws at you.
Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goals. Choose from preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto.
Factor can help you feel your best all day long with wholesome smoothies, breakfast, grab-and-go snacks, and more add-ons.
Reach your goals this year with ingredients you can trust and convenience that can't be beat.
You know, I'm a Factor girly. I get a
sure
shipment every week from them. It is so great. My favorite thing about the Factor meals, like obviously some weeks I try to lean into the Calorie Smart or the Protein Plus if I'm like weightlifting that week. But my favorite thing is just that every meal has a good portion of vegetables, which is if I'm left to my own devices, I might lean more towards sandwiches or burgers or pizza, like for a quick lunch. And this is a microwavable meal, but there are vegetables in it, which is fantastic. And it always makes me feel like I've eaten a well-proportioned meal with a good mix of nutrients.
Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off and use code sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping.
That's code sloppyseconds50 off at factormeals.com/sloppyseconds50 off to get 50% off plus shipping on your first box. And the 50 are the numbers 50. Sloppy Seconds 50 OFF.
50, yeah.
Get into it. Factor me up.
Get into that 50% off, baby.
We're back!
And we're back. Speaking of porn.
Whoa.
From 2 calls ago. I just recently watched a porn.
Were you yanking and spanking?
Well, I was about to begin the yank spank situation, but then I noticed on this guy's a huge bump and nodule and I'm a fan of this man, that wasn't there before. And so it's clear that it's
new bump.
Something. And he
OnlyFans or studio porn?
OnlyFans. And he kept on like putting his thumb over it to like
hide it?
I guess kind of hide it, but you can't really hide it when it's like in someone else's mouth and it's like a top view. And I was literally like, why would you even film with this?
Right.
Unless it's like, it just looks
maybe
like a STI, but maybe it's not. Maybe it was like an ingrown hair.
Where was that?
Pretty much like top right center.
Top right center. So could it have been a piercing gone wrong?
No, it was on shaft.
Top right center on shaft. Could it have been, I don't know where people inject Trimex, because like maybe it was like an injury from like a saline or Trimex injection. You're saying it looks like
I'm gonna pull it up and you can.
It looks like a thing. Yeah, I mean, why not do a video of you just instead of using your? Or are they known for their?
They are known for their. Okay. Oh, see, and this is him putting his thumb on it. It just, and you can't miss it.
Okay, let's see.
Go back to the very beginning.
Oh, and that hadn't been there before?
No.
That's humongous.
And he puts it in that boy's butt too. And you see where he puts his thumb like right on it?
Yeah. I bet it's an injury because this guy knows what he's up to. But why is it white in the center?
It took me out, honey. It took me out to the point where I was like, all right, I guess I'm going to go do something else.
Whoa. It looks like it's ready to pop. Maybe. Do you get a pimple on the shaft?
I've never had that, but it's possible, I guess.
It's different kind of skin. It's different because it's the smooth, soft skin of a. Don't, meatball. Don't do it.
See if you can freeze that frame, honey.
That's obvious.
Rice. All right. Next call. That's what I'm saying. I was like, did you have to put a film out, or could you have gotten on some?
Hi, Big Dipper and Meatball.
Hello.
Long-time listener, first-time caller, and I had a question.
Okay.
Do you always feel when you feel sexy, and do you always feel sexy when you feel? Why or why not?
State your answer.
Bye.
Do you always feel sexy?
I know my answer.
What is it?
I always feel when I feel sexy. I do not always feel sexy when I feel.
Yes, same.
Because like some days you wake up and you're like so, but then you look in the mirror and you're like, I feel like about myself. I don't feel sexy, or like I don't even want to have. Those are the days when I like wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so this. I'm just gonna to get it out of the way so I can like work today. But on
Yeah.
days when I feel sexy, I'm like, oh, let me put on a little shirt. T-shirt. Let me go out to the club. Let me go to the Eagle. It's days when I'm like, oh, I'll just be out in the world because I'm feeling sexy.
Yeah, I think the same. Yeah, I can always tell how I'm feeling based on like
If I put on a shirt.
if I put on a shirt. No, but like if I'm feeling sexy, I definitely like try harder. Like I'll like shower up a little bit. I'll like trim my beard.
Get that nose hair trimmer
Get
up.
the nose hair trimmer going and like be like spend a little bit more time on myself to then go out and be a menace. And
Yeah,
that's
squat over the mirror and really make sure that b-hole is all together.
the way I scrub it raw, baby.
Not raw.
Oh yeah, it needs to be fresh.
But you don't want to scrub it raw.
Oh, I need them to taste pennies. No, I'm just kidding.
In there.
Ugh,
Remember
you
that?
swallowed his blood. All right. Yeah, no. But sometimes even if I'm like I'm not feeling sexy, I'll still hook up with someone. This brings me to another question I wanted to ask you. Addiction. No, but if you've God, I want to be you so bad. If you've scheduled
Yes. Oh,
and
you've
then
done
the
that
day,
now?
yeah, but the day comes and you've just been like the day's just been rough or you're not
Yeah.
feeling it or you just don't want to get in the shower and like get ready and douche and do all that. I sometimes still just do it because it feels worse to cancel on them. Like,
Yeah.
and then my heart isn't in it. And then I'm like, oh, that was like not great for either of us. I wish I would have just like been like, hey, I'm actually not feeling it today. Let's do it a different day. And I could like really give you the whole
ooh, ah, ah.
the ooh ah ah sensation.
So sometimes if
I
I'm
could really crystallize.
So sometimes when I'm feeling that way, my subconscious will sabotage my schedule so that I literally cannot. I'll like make a phone call and have a casual extra meeting that puts me an hour behind.
I've been that phone call.
And then I'm like, oh, sorry, I'm running behind. I'm stuck at work. So like, I feel like I'm not just canceling to sit on the couch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then I'll be like, hey, I can't do it tonight, but I can totally do it tomorrow. And if I'm not feeling it, I'll make sure, but I don't want to offend them because ultimately I know in the future I will be sexually like focused and I want to them. I'll try to offer like 3 replacement dates or you know what I mean? Like I'll do everything I can to make sure that it happens again in the future.
Yeah, I hit up someone from an old time and he was like, stuff at the fires has been crazy. Maybe when this all settles down, we can.
Yeah, because some people, it is way more intense than others. My friend John,
This is actually kind of.
his whole house burned down. And he just posted this thing on Amazon where they delivered a package and they took a photo of it. They set it on a stump in front of his entire burned down house.
Now, why would the driver do that? That's like
crazy. He put it on his Instagram.
This brings up another story. Remember that stripper that then was like, "Oh, I'm busy.
Yes.
I can't." He sends me a message because he was at the last Do Not Disturb. He sends me a message being like, all that talk before, and then you pay me dust last Thursday. And I just didn't respond. But I want to respond like, you paid me dust first. You did it to me, Daddy.
Well, just respond. Look at that. Do you see what it says? In a secure location, and it's literally on a stump in front of their burnt down property.
Oh my God. And by like a stump, he doesn't mean like a tree stump. It's like up.
Yeah.
It's like up. It's about 4 feet in the air.
It was like the gate post.
Yeah. The head was charred. That is insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Girl. The gigs, honey. The
gigs. The girls. The gigs. Wait, so
don't do it, little girl.
Why not hit him back up and just send screenshots of like, you in fact were the one that paid me dust. You know what? Use it as a counter negotiation.
Give me that hole. Oh, I don't even want to sleep with him anymore.
We'll say, hey, I felt like you actually paid me dust.
I don't want to go back and forth with this man. I do not know him.
Well, then say, I can do Thursday at 3:00, no rescheduling, and this is the amount. You know what I mean? Flip the script. Because you would like to get him naked in front of you.
Oh, absolutely.
So get your druthers. Druthers?
Sure. I love Smuckers.
What does druthers mean?
Smuckers jam. Family recipe.
What does druthers mean?
I don't know, but let's take another.
Druther.
Webster's dictionary defines
Druther.
druthers. Why do you always play the sound like we don't know how to say it?
A person's preference in a matter.
Druther.
Next call.
If I had my druthers, I would prefer to be a writer. Oops. Okay. We'll be back right after this
Phone call.
break.